Usually when you hear about religious freedom being used in a legal sense, it's by a conservative. But today we're going to talk about a much more liberal exercise of the idea. Not necessarily by a liberal, but the outcome much more liberal, much more progressive. Her name is Joan Cheever, and she's from San Antonio, and this is what happened to her just recently. 4 bike patrol officers ticketed her last week for handing out food from a vehicle that was not her food truck. It was reportedly the first time authorities had stopped her after providing a free meal for the homeless every week since 2005. And with that fine comes very significant financial penalties for one individual to bear. The citation carries a potential fine of $2,000. When she goes to court on June 23rd, though, she said, she will argue that she should be allowed to continue sharing her food because it's a valid expression of her faith under the state's Religious Freedom Restoration Act. You've heard that term before. Yes, it is a very similar bill to what we have been debating recently in Indiana, Arkansas, and more than a couple of dozen other states across the United States. Now, she wanted to use this protection, her religious freedom, to feed the homeless. And she said, "You can't just turn away from your neighbor when they're in need. We don't do that in San Antonio." And so certainly I like the idea underlying what she has done. I like taking care of your fellow man. I like that she has taken it upon herself to do so. But does that mean that I necessarily think that this is a good justification to keep religious freedom acts? Probably not. I still think that they are unnecessary. They lead to inconsistencies with the law, where certain forms of political expression, certain forms of political thought are protected over and above others. So why is it that if your political positions come as a result of Christianity or Islam or Buddhism, they need protection by the government? But if you're a utilitarian, or if you're driven by some other non-deity driven form of political philosophy, those are not protected by the government. That seems unfair to me, and it seems like you will continue to have cases where someone's honest expression of their political beliefs go against the law that they had a chance to vote on, that they had a chance to elect candidates to replace the law. We have a democratic system of government, and we should use it. Now, religious freedom does make sense in a personal sense. If you are simply exercising religion in a way that affects no one but you, maybe your immediate family, and no one comes to harm, it should be protected by the government. But when you're talking about in a legal sense, I think that it is unnecessary. Focus less on your religious freedoms, more on your democratic freedoms. Vote. Give money to candidates, since that's apparently the only way you can actually influence them in 2015. Write letters, organize, discuss politics with the people around you. That's how you express your political values. That's how you potentially even change the law. You can follow the law now or change it in the future if your political philosophy or religion inspire you to do so.